Hello everyone, I'm Steve. Mark's working late tonight, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and happy Thursday. We're getting there. It's almost Friday. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone is safe. Look after yourselves. Look after the people you care about in these challenging times in which we all live. So, today is Thursday, and we are going to continue with the series on Caretaking, where we follow creator Cynthia Beaumont, channel Cynthia Beaumont, creator same name, as we've been following her for the past, I guess, 45 videos, 45 weeks, coming up on a year. And for anyone who's new to this, or just to recap, I started following this channel as a fan years ago. Cynthia and Mark and I and Tommy, the late Thomas Beaumont, her husband who had passed away earlier this year, would send stuff back and forth and hang out. We had a falling out. What caught my attention about the channel was that Thomas Beaumont became sick. He got sick, you could say suddenly. It became known rather suddenly. And Cynthia was taking care of him. She was the primary caregiver, and people took issue with the way she cared for him. I had made some videos initially about kind of, you know, if it was me and Mark, would we make the kind of same decisions they're making? And it turned into a series. And after Tommy died, Cynthia continued the channel on her own, and it took a number of different directions. It sure did. Richard Simmons, workout videos, ASMR, feeding squirrels in the park with chopsticks. What else did we get? Some cooking, some sock try-ons with her big feet, and that was in the title. I'm not poking fun. She sold it like that. So, a lot of different directions, a lot of different turns. Certainly drama has worked its way into her channel. Some instigated by her, some that has, well, found her, arguably in reaction to the drama she's created. Who's to say? Who's to say? So, I've been feeling conflicted. Full disclosure here. Continuing to follow the channel. For a number of different reasons. Some very valid ones that get pointed out in the comments section, and probably have been for a really long time. The biggest one being, I'm having a hard time reconciling giving feedback in any sort of harsh way about a person who I think maybe is experiencing or slipping into something much closer to, like, a mental health concern, rather than just being a vengeful, spiteful bee. You know what I mean? It's one thing for a person to, you know, you think, oh, they're just a rotten person, I don't give a, you know. But another for someone to be vulnerable in that way because mentally they are kind of fragile. And there were several things this week that I pulled out. We're not going to go video by video, but we are going to talk about some bullet points from the more in-depth videos. You know, we don't have to look at Vlogmas Day, whatever. All of them were filmed last month. All the advent calendars were opened in one day. There will be no real-time news of anything. And the Christmas card exchange has been canceled regardless. So Christmas has pretty much been done over in November, and Cynthia's just running out the clock till Christmas. So, last week we did 10 things I'm grateful for Cynthia. And that was meant to be a little tongue-in-cheek. Some of it was very honest. Cynthia, primarily, was one of the people that helped me feel confident enough to start a channel. But there were also things she did on her channel which I would never want to do, and it was a lesson to me as a person, as a partner, as a creator, as such, of things I would never want to do. And things I'm not glad she made the mistakes, but I watched her make it and didn't want to make it for myself. You know, live and learn type of thing. So we did that last week. So we weren't going through the videos. The only big thing last week that we kind of missed, it was right at the cusp of the weekend, was PS5, the PlayStation 5. And the crying and gnashing of teeth about, I don't know where I'm going to get one, I don't know what's going to happen. And the beg, perhaps, that went with it. Even if there was no beg, the sadness, the grief of, I can't have what I want right now. I can't get what I want right now. I love Nintendo. I have the SNES Mini and the NES Mini. They were holiday hot items, and Nintendo made a limited edition of the first ones to begin with. I couldn't have it the day it came out. Because I couldn't have it the day it came out. Because I couldn't take off time and go stand in line at Target to see if I could be one of the 2 people to get one. So I waited 6 months and then ended up paying twice what it was worth on eBay and finally got it. Life's tough. You know, there's bigger inconveniences that we have. I know her life is very small and kind of limited, and she has very few interests outside of shopping, eating, video games, and her channel, I guess. So I get it. It's something that she likes to do. But the drama around it was just was too much. The waterworks, and then, oh, I'll just pay more money. It's $500, but I'll pay $700 to get a package of it. I don't want to hear about baloney ever again. I don't want to hear about loaves of bread, sitting with one light bulb on. Nothing. Unless you got a lump sum and choose through it, which at this pace she may. We'll see. So the video, the first one, where is it back? It was right towards the beginning. Toast and tea, chat with me, happy Thanksgiving. So we're talking about Thanksgiving. And of course, she, you know, made a bunch of food and ate it herself. There was only 2 of us. We made enough food for probably 6 people. And I've been eating turkey every day since. There's still turkey in there that I'm eating. So she did that for herself. Thanksgiving was lonely for her, but it was lonely for a lot of people. You know, it was just, I had Mark with me, which was nice. A lot of people spent it alone, even if they had family, just to err on the side of caution. So she wasn't the only person in that situation. And she, of course, had to let it get political. She had mentioned the president-elect saying, for those of you who are missing someone, I guess, this Thanksgiving, missing loved ones, you're not alone. And Cynthia goes off and says, I'm looking around. I'm alone. There's nobody here. I'm sure you have your wife in the Secret Service. Okay. Maybe I misunderstood what was said. And it's not because it came from Biden. It could have came from frickin' anybody. If you're missing a loved one this season, you're not alone, to me means we share in your grief. Other people are feeling the same way you're feeling. Other people have experienced loss. Okay? She doesn't care how other people are feeling. She doesn't care if other people are experiencing loss. She cares about how she feels right now. And nobody can feel as bad as she does right now. And even if they do, it doesn't matter, because it's not her. That was the impression I got from that. So that falls on the side of mental health concern, self-centered. Well, is self-centered a mental health issue? Not really. It's kind of a personality type of thing. So, yeah. Anything else that she said in that one? And she's reiterating that she's alone. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Cynthia makes it very difficult to want to be friends with her. Sorry, fresh air break. Cynthia's a very difficult person, I think, probably to be friends with. For all the reasons that, if you're watching this, you already know. But maybe, you know, it's worth kind of putting out there. She wouldn't be alone, I suspect, if she were easier to get along with. If she was more flexible with boundaries in her friendships. She's very paranoid that people have hidden motives and secret motives when they want to get close to her, to get, you know, and maybe she's just projecting because maybe her motives aren't always so sincere. I don't know. Cynthia wouldn't be the first person. I've certainly been through periods of my life where my motives were all insincere. And people do come out of that. You can, you know, improve yourself, I suppose. So maybe that's, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for her. But, you know, as far as friends, it's interesting, because going into the next video that I landed on was Christmas card shoutouts and special announcement. So she got cards. Okay. It's canceled, though! The Christmas card exchange was canceled. Now, does canceled mean... Okay, some of the things went out. I did see it. She sent out the wreaths. There's like 2 left for international mail and 10 coupons left. I don't know. I know. Coupons. Okay. Which costs her nothing. And I wonder if they're for Avon. But it's more than nothing. Okay, last year was you got a card. This is a little more than nothing. So, do we celebrate baby steps, or do we still say, you cheap shit? Coupons? Really? You're gonna buy yourself a $700 game system, but for the people that hold you up and kept you in food for months and months, they get a coupon? You know, times are tough. Maybe money is tighter than she's letting on. Maybe she is really broke and just has stupid priorities. Maybe she only has $1,000 in the bank and she's still gonna spend $700 on a game system because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. You know, who knows? Or maybe she's quite comfortable and can afford it. You know, we don't get to peek into Cynthia's finances when they're okay. When she's broke, it'll be from the beginning of the video until the end. You'll read about it everywhere, on every post. I'd love to win this contest because I'm broke. That dinner looks great. All I have is a loaf of bread. You know, when poverty is the topic, it permeates the channel. But when Cynthia's doing well, all she talks about is the stuff she's buying. She doesn't say, like, I'm so fortunate, I'm so grateful, I don't have to struggle right now, I'm in a good spot, thank you guys for all your help along the way, blah, 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 blah. You know, I did hear a few thank yous, but I don't know. So, at the end of this video with the Christmas card, she talks about people who had been fans for a long time. She calls them fans. I don't like the word fans because it creates a power dynamic between a fan of who? A celebrity? You know. So, she was a little bit hurt when people who were fans for a long time, because Cynthia's had a channel, and she said, for about 10 years, it's a long time, that they would pull away and go to the other side. There is no other side. There's no other side. As far as Cynthia is concerned, there's her side, and then there's the other side, which would be agree with her or anybody else other than her. It doesn't have to be a cockroach or anybody else, you know, or a douchebag. You know, you don't have to. And second of all, and I will say this quite frankly, the people who dislike Cynthia don't all necessarily like and agree with each other all the time. I happen to get along pretty easily with people that don't even like me. You know, I don't dislike Chantal, frankly. I don't know. Cynthia wishes me dead. It's hard to reconcile that. I kind of don't care, though, because I don't think she's wrapped too tight, so I don't take her very seriously. Maybe I should, but I don't live in fear of Cynthia and her threats. Because she's a clown. I just don't take her very seriously. I know you guys are my friends. This is during her, you guys don't send me stuff, it hurts me, I think of you guys as friends. No, you don't. Frenzies. It was very clear that these are frenzies, not friends. You guys are not my friends, quote. Quote. It's on camera. I know we're kind of in this post-truth era, which hopefully we're going to come out of, where you can say one thing on camera, straight to camera, and 45 seconds later, look at the camera and say, I never said that, and somehow try to convince the rest of us we're confused about that. No. No. That's not how that works. So, the next one, which was the big one for a lot of folks, I'm going to skip over her Bath and Body and Black Friday shit. She bought herself a bunch of shit she doesn't need, and there's no room for it in that little apartment. Tea time and real time for my stalker. So, for people keeping up, the alleged stalker, because he hasn't been convicted, or sentenced, or anything like that, so I'll use the word alleged, has been identified by Cynthia, who doxed him, as Jimmy Gleason. And she did that when she held up paperwork that had his full name across the front of it. So, don't get sloppy, Sinister. And then she started to go into her relishing in what she hopes is the misfortune of another person. Now, okay, doxed him within like a minute when she did this. And again, this is treading into the land of, is she not well mentally? Or is she just a vengeful, spiteful, mean person? Now, Cynthia has every right, if she believes that a crime has been perpetrated against her, to go to the police, file a report, and pursue it within the bounds of the law. She can do that. Any of us could do that if we felt we were the victim of a crime. Does it seem silly for her to pursue it this much and waste money on an attorney? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just let it go. But she wants to do it. She's within her rights to do it. However, the narrative she has written of how this is going to pan out is so elaborate and so particular and so detailed in the way that the person who allegedly is stalking her, or was stalking her, Jimmy, she has him already, like, involved in, like, a prison rape. Like, already said that because he committed a crime against a white woman, the whites won't like him and the skinheads won't. And then he said things about people who are Latino, and so they'll make him his bitch. Like, all this, like, who's... I was in jail, and I spent less time with that kind of, thinking about that kind of crap. Like, I have people I don't like. And I'm only human, and sometimes, for not good reasons, for plain old spite. What do they call it? Schadenfreude. Who's bilingual out there, or German? You can correct me, but taking pleasure in the misfortune of others. It's one thing for her to want justice, but to want revenge is a little bit different. And especially from someone who holds up their rosary and prays here and da-da-da-da-da. I'm not even a Christian, but I think I probably accidentally act more Christian than she does. Just by not being a bitch. I don't know. She won't let it go. And it's torturing. It's her. She sits there and just plays with her anger, and plays with her bitterness, and just feeds it to herself all day, washing it down with Diet Sunkissed. So, the things that she went on in the video with Jimmy as well, talking about how the judge, she believes, is on her side. Probably not best to disclose the name of the judge, which could be found out, and say that they are biased before the case even begins. Also not good to say that you know how to play the room to make yourself sound like more of a victim, because that sounds like not good either. But no one ever accused her of being, you know, a Rhodes Scholar. She just decides cost-benefit. And benefit is, it's good for the channel. 2.2k views. We have a small channel. We have a very small channel. We've got about 3,300 folks. Good folks, too. We tend to attract nice people, which is nice. It's good for lives, it's good for other stuff. Her channel's 10 years old and she has 15,000. That's fine. Different channels grow at different rates. Our channel's been up for 3 years. I've had a YouTube account since like 2012, but I didn't start posting videos till the end of 2017, I think. So we're talking like 1,000 subscribers a year. So her channel grew faster than ours, even though it grew very, very slow. But, I mean, she's pulling in not very high views per video. I mean, there's probably been months that we've made more than her. As I just looking at the views, and our channel is like a fifth the size. So I'm not trying to compete with her. It's just the lay of the land. I always get interested, and I'm like, how many views for this per day? And she puts out so much content that it's like low viewed stuff. So then here we are again. There's more videos. There's Vlogmas, which has all been pre-filmed. If you don't film every day, is it still Vlogmas? Pam Talks raised the question. Mark and I film every day. We're not officially doing Vlogmas because we've done everything for every day of every year. I think we missed it when I was probably in the psych ward. We might have missed 1 day of filming, and then Mark covered it while I was back. So, and that was in February. That was like 2 weeks before the COVID shutdowns here. So we had some gaps then. But if you film all of them like 2 weeks before December, and does that count as Vlogmas? Is part of it filming every day, or is it releasing a video every day? I'll leave that to the viewers to decide. I don't have particularly strong feelings about that. Thanksgiving, Christmas card shoutouts, fan mail, squirrels, Walmart beauty boxes, squirrels, Vlogmas, tickets, Vlogmas. It's just more of the same. It's just more crap. Everything is Vlogmas. Vlogmas with the cats. Vlogmas lottery ticket. Vlogmas gingerbread house. So, again, circling back one more time. How do I feel about talking about her right now? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting further and further away from feeling like this is something I want to do for a number of reasons. I like coming up with snippy little one-liners to feel like I'm summing her up and be cute, and I do find her channel interesting. I continue to watch it. Mark still hates it. He can't stand it. He'll leave the room or leave the house. just because it has train wreck appeal to me. But if she's not well, and it looks like she's not, then I don't really feel super comfortable passing so much judgment on her behavior, because she might not be in control of it. Now, she would, of course, say that she's not mentally ill at all. It's the rest of us who are crazy. So to that end, I would say, well, she's fair game. Why wouldn't I call out a vengeful, spiteful bitch? But if that's not what's going on, and I can't tell, she doesn't have to think she has a problem to have a problem. Lack of insight is a very real thing. So, I don't know. Again, I'm taking this kind of week by week. Would I have compassion for her as a person who may be dealing with some mental challenges at the moment, and this is just how it's spilling out? I can also tell you this. I'm a person who has a mental health concern. I can simultaneously be a person with bipolar disorder and be an asshole at the same time. It's not exclusive. So it's very possible she has some underlying issues that she's probably needs to work out, and that she's arrogant as hell. Both can be true at the same time. However, this is getting messy. It's getting messy, and I feel weird about it, and I'm not sure how much I'm gonna still put into this. I keep looking away because I'm, like, conflicted. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the like button and the bell on your way out so you get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Twitter, our handle's at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and our contact information is all listed down below as well. Thank you again, and Mark and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Have a good Thursday. Bye.